Okay, so I've taken a look at our S17 here in the shop to try and figure out what quite possibly might be going wrong and what your issue is. Just want to check that you've got the bolt assembly set up exactly right on the wheel itself. So I've just taken it off our wheel. There's obviously the main bearing there. There is the screw with the Allen key head which holds it on, and there's also two washers. There's a flat washer there, and there's one of these wee kind of spring coil kind of, I don't know what actually the proper name for them is. One of these sort of ring washer things here. So what you need to make sure is that both that washer and that washer are on in the right order. Otherwise, the problem that might be happening with you is that if you just have the bearing fixed on like this, with say, I'm going to try this with one hand, with say just this small ring washer on and not the larger flat one. If I just screw this on to the wheel, oops, struggling one-handed. So that's on, but if I tighten that up, you'll see actually it's flush with the wheel. And if that's flush with the wheel, when I come to put the connector cup on, it just splays out. The back here splays out, and you can't push the clip on, so that won't actually clip in place. But if you make sure that you have the flat washer on, which I'll just swap on. So here is the ring washer up against the bearing, and then I'll just pop the flat washer on top of that, so that the flat washer doesn't quite, it's not going to push up against the bearing. And if I put that on now, that's tightened up, you'll now see that there's this gap at the back here between the bearing and the actual wheel, which the flat washer is making happen. So when you come with the footman connector cup this time, this will push over, but now the actual sides of it have come flat because they're not pushed up against the back of the wheel. So the clip fits on and locks in place, so that this shouldn't come off now. So I don't know if that's the issue you've got, but maybe worth just double checking your wheel to make sure that you've got that flat washer on behind the bearing, and that you've got this gap here, because if that bearing is flat against the wheel, the connector cup is just not going to fit. I hope that helps a bit, but if you're still having problems, then of course please do get back in touch with us. Thanks.